The Maurya dynasty, one of the most powerful empires in Indian history, ruled from 322 BCE to 185 BCE. Its kings, from Chandragupta Maurya to Brihadratha Maurya, controlled a vast empire that spanned from the Hindu Kush mountains in the northwest to the Deccan Plateau in the south, and from Afghanistan to Bengal in the east. It all began with Chandragupta Maurya, a man of humble origins raised in the Magadha region. Guided by the brilliant strategist Chanakya, Chandragupta overthrew the Nanda dynasty and established the Maurya Empire. His journey from obscurity to becoming the first emperor of India is a story of ambition, intellect, and perseverance. He was not only a conqueror, but also a visionary who laid the foundation for one of the largest empires in Indian history. Chandragupta's rise to power was no easy feat. After seizing Magadha in 322 BCE, he faced numerous challenges. Among the most significant was the Seleucid Mauryan War, 305 303 BCE, where he fought Seleucus I Nicator, one of Alexander the Great's generals. In this war, Chandragupta emerged victorious, forcing Seleucus to cede vast eastern territories, including Arachosia, Gedrosia, and parts of modern-day Afghanistan. This victory not only expanded Chandragupta's empire, but also established a diplomatic alliance between the Maurya Empire and the Greeks through a marriage alliance with Seleucus's daughter. Chandragupta's success in battle can largely be attributed to his formidable army. According to historical accounts, Chandragupta's army consisted of 600,000 infantry soldiers, 30,000 cavalry, and 9,000 war elephants, one of the largest and most powerful military forces of its time. The war elephants, often equipped with armor, played a crucial role in Mauryan battles, striking fear into their enemies. Additionally, the army was supported by chariots, enhancing the mobility and tactical advantage of Mauryan forces. Chandragupta's reign was also marked by a thriving trade network. His empire controlled some of the most important trade routes of the time, including the Uttarapatha, northern road, and Dakshinapatha, southern road. These routes connected India to regions like Persia, Greece, and even Central Asia, allowing for the exchange of goods such as spices, textiles, gemstones, ivory, and exotic animals. India's rich agricultural output also played a crucial role in its economy, with surplus crops like rice, wheat, and cotton being traded extensively. Pataliputra, the capital of the Maurya Empire, became a bustling center of commerce and trade. Merchants from distant lands came to trade their wares in the markets, bringing goods from Egypt, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia. The Mauryan government regulated trade and ensured smooth operation of markets, which greatly contributed to the prosperity of the empire. When Chandragupta abdicated the throne, his son Bindusara took over. Known as Amitragata, or slayer of enemies, Bindusara continued his father's expansion policies, extending the empire's reach into southern India. Although not as famous as his father or son, Bindusara was a strong ruler who consolidated Mauryan power and kept the empire stable during his reign from 297 BCE to 268 BCE. Bindusara inherited and maintained the vast Mauryan army. But historical records suggest that during his reign, the army's strength remained largely unchanged. He is believed to have controlled 500,000 infantry soldiers, 30,000 cavalry, and 9,000 war elephants. Similar to his father's forces, Bindusara's army helped him manage local rebellions and suppress unrest in the southern regions, further expanding Mauryan influence. Trade flourished under Bindusara's reign as well, particularly with the Hellenistic world. There were trade exchanges between the Maurya Empire and the Greek-controlled territories, with goods such as spices, pearls, silk, and cotton being traded for silver, horses, and wine. This interaction further strengthened diplomatic ties with the western regions. It was, however, his son, Ashoka the Great, who would transform the empire in ways no one could have predicted. Initially, Ashoka followed in his father's and grandfather's footsteps, expanding the empire through military conquest. His most notable victory came during the Kalinga War, a brutal conflict that resulted in the deaths of over 100,000 people. But it was this very war that changed Ashoka forever. Ashoka commanded one of the largest armies in ancient history during the Kalinga War, with 600,000 infantry soldiers, 30,000 cavalry, 9,000 war elephants, and an impressive fleet of chariots. The sheer scale of his forces allowed him to conquer territories far and wide, but the devastation caused by the war deeply affected him. After witnessing the unimaginable suffering, Ashoka renounced violence. He embraced Buddhism and devoted the rest of his life to the welfare of his people. Ashoka's transformation from a fierce conqueror to a compassionate ruler is one of the most remarkable stories in history. Under Ashoka, trade not only continued but thrived. Ashoka focused on strengthening trade relations with neighboring kingdoms as well as regions as far as the Mediterranean and Southeast Asia. His empire traded goods like textiles, spices, medicinal herbs, and precious stones. Pataliputra remained a key trade hub, with caravan routes stretching across the empire. Additionally, Ashoka sent envoys to other countries, promoting Buddhism and establishing peaceful diplomatic and trade relations. Ashoka's contributions went far beyond military and political achievements. He built hospitals, roads, and rest houses across the empire, making his administration one of the most efficient in ancient times. His famous edicts, inscribed on stone pillars and rocks, promoted moral living and respect for all life. These edicts, spread across the empire, still stand today as a testament to his ideals. Under Ashoka's rule, the role of the military changed significantly. While the Mauryan army remained strong, Ashoka's focus shifted from expansion to defense and maintaining peace. His military no longer waged wars of conquest, but instead protected the borders and upheld internal stability. Ashoka's influence extended beyond governance and culture. He also played a crucial role in the spread of the Brahmi script, one of the oldest writing systems in India. To communicate his messages of Dharma, moral law, Ashoka ordered his edicts to be inscribed on rocks and pillars across his empire. Most of these inscriptions were written in Brahmi script, making it accessible to the common people. The use of Brahmi helped standardize the script across the subcontinent. Ashoka's inscriptions, written in Brahmi, have been found from modern-day India to Nepal and Pakistan. This widespread use of Brahmi under the Maurya Empire played a key role in its evolution, eventually leading to the development of various Indian scripts used today. Ashoka's reign was also marked by cultural and religious advancements. He became a patron of Buddhism, spreading the religion throughout India and beyond to regions like Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. Under Ashoka, the Maurya Empire became a center of art, architecture, and philosophy. Stupas and monasteries, like the great stupa of Sanchi, were constructed during his reign and continue to be symbols of India's rich cultural heritage. But Ashoka's later reign wasn't without its challenges. His embrace of Buddhism and his focus on peace and welfare led to tensions with traditional factions who were wary of the empire's shift away from military expansion. Despite these challenges, Ashoka maintained stability through diplomacy and governance. After Ashoka's death in 232 BCE, the Maurya Empire began to weaken. His successors, including his grandson Dasharatha Maurya, struggled to maintain control over the vast territories. Corruption and internal strife gradually eroded the empire's power. The last Maurya ruler, Brihadratha Maurya, was assassinated by his general Pushyamitra Shunga in 185 BCE bringing an end to the Maurya dynasty and giving rise to the Shunga dynasty. Though the Maurya dynasty lasted only about 137 years, its impact on Indian history was profound. Chandragupta Maurya unified almost all of India, creating the first large centralized empire in the subcontinent. His administrative framework served as a model for future empires. However, it was Ashoka the Great whose legacy truly transcended time. His promotion of Buddhism spread across Asia, influencing millions of people and shaping religious thought for centuries to come. A fascinating anecdote from Chandragupta's life is his encounter with Alexander the Great. According to some accounts, Chandragupta met Alexander during his campaigns in India and was inspired to rise to power. Today, the lion capital of Ashoka serves as India's national emblem, a symbol of justice and power. The Ashoka Chakra, a symbol of moral righteousness, appears at the heart of the Indian flag, representing the legacy of a king who believed in a united and peaceful India. The Maurya dynasty may have fallen, but its influence continues to shape modern India. From Chandragupta's military genius to Ashoka's moral leadership, the Mauryas laid the foundation for a unified and culturally rich nation. Their story is a testament to the power of leadership, vision, and transformation. As we reflect on the Maurya dynasty, we are reminded of the lasting imprint they left and how their rule, particularly Ashoka's ideals of peace and tolerance, still resonate today.